How could intelligent, patriotic, freedom of speech-loving Americans interpret criticism of money in politics as hatred for Jews and Israel?
Her remarks were reprehensible.
Anti-Semitic tropes.
Anti-Semitic tropes.
Clearly was anti-Semitic.
The president said that you should resign.
What is wrong with you?
Ilhan Omar's criticism was never of Jews or Israel, but of the money that backs America's unwavering support of Israel despite its constant violation of international law.
Why is it okay for me to talk about the influence of the NRA, of fossil fuel industries, or Big Pharma, and not talk about a powerful lobbying that is influencing policy?
While not all pro-Israel money supports the right-wing Israeli government, most of it does. Literally all politicians attacking Omar's comments discussing the influence of right-wing pro-Israel money have received right-wing pro-Israel money. Here is how much pro-Israel money politicians who call Omar's comments anti-Semitic have received.
Anti-Semitism has no place in the United States Congress. And Congressman Omar is terrible, what she said.
She accused Americans who support Israel of being bought off by campaign contributions.
When someone suggests that money drives support for Israel, we must call it out.
When someone accuses American supporters of dual loyalty, I say, accuse me.
So anti-Semitism is hatred of the Jewish people, and you see it reflected in, for example, accusations about motivations being all about money. I mean, we saw one Democratic freshman say it's all about the Benjamins,
and there is no tolerance for this kind of language. We can't accept it. We can't accept it because of what it does to corrode the operation
I totally
of the
get
Congress.
that. And
Representative Omar embodies a vile, hate-filled, anti-Semitic, anti-Israel bigotry.
These new Democrat socialists who are making these anti-Semitic comments.
She has those kind of anti-Semitic beliefs.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called her comments anti-Semitic.
Comments have been made by some of my colleagues that can be fairly characterized as anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic statements.
Anti-Semitism, hatred for the children of Israel.
Language that has been used to persecute the Jewish people.
Anti-Semitic stereotypes by a member of the House Democratic Conference.
Questioning my allegiance is painful and personal. Words have power.
What our colleague said really was a very hateful term.
It's a slur against Jews. It's indefensible.
It's anti-Semitic and there's anti-Israel hate.
Critics who accused Omar's comments as anti-Semitic and unacceptable also include Representatives Nida Lowy, Donna Shalala, Juan Vargas, Senators Ben Cardin, Sherrod Brown, and Rob Menendez. But the biggest benefactor of pro-Israel money appears to be the Republican Party, whose super PACs received an unbelievable amount from Sheldon Adelson.
The anti-Israel remarks, the anti-Semitism that she continues to push forward. Anti-Israel is code for anti-Semitism, and that is what Ilhan Omar has been pushing.
Criticizing pro-Israel money in politics is not anti-Semitic, because pro-Israel money has nothing to do with being Jewish. If it did, Bernie Sanders, a Jewish man, would have received significantly more than Hillary Clinton. But he didn't.
As somebody who spent many months of my life when I was a kid in Israel, who has family in Israel, of course Israel has a right not only to defend themselves, but to live in peace.
We have a terrorist haven that is getting more and more rockets shipped in from Iran and elsewhere.
I read Secretary Clinton's speech before AIPAC. I heard virtually no discussion at all about the needs of the Palestinian people.
Again, right-wing pro-Israel money isn't about being Jewish. It's about promoting a more hawkish foreign policy in the Middle East. And that should be free to discuss openly without harmful, baseless accusations of anti-Semitism. I'm Matt Orfalea. Thanks for watching.
I see there being a difference between criticism of a country, criticism of its administration and its government, and criticism of the people and their faith.
As somebody who is 100% pro-Israel, in the long run, if we are ever going to bring peace, we are going to have to treat the Palestinian people with respect and dignity.